Hey everybody, Cortez again, and today guys, I'm here to do it's not a live stream playthrough, well it is and it's not, but it's a live stream playthrough pretty much of Assassin's Creed Origins, but not the main playthroughs obviously. This one is just me just showing off my final Bayek, my final complete Bayek. So, I'm going to show you what I've pretty much done and what weapons and what gear I got for him on here. So let's get into it. So first up, let's get into the bows. The first bow I got is the legendary bow item, which is now I put at level 4. It's the legendary bow from my Cosmic, I think Comcent bow. Legendary light bow, and with this bow what it does is got a quality of 93, damage with a 705/S. That's the amount of I think I remember correctly, I represent S class. That's the amount of damage it does, and you can store up to right now from my bows, all my bows and arrows have this limit except for Predator bow, but this one has a 33 arrows to shoot, and as a light bow it has of course quick shots. Yes, quick shots. Now with this light bow, it has its abilities. It has a rate of fire of level 4. It says level 4 there. It has a trillion on kill of level 2, and its special ability is health on hit, which compared to my other light bow I was originally using for majority of my playthroughs, which I can show you. Light bow, it's right here. Here you go. For this one, the Comcent Soul, this one was the original. My majority time was the one I've been using until after the playthrough I was able to get after playthrough, I think yesterday I was able to get the Concept bow, which does a bit more better compared to the Corrupt Soul. Mainly because, not just because of the damage, because the damage, as you can tell, well, not damage, quality should I say, the quality is 1 digit higher, which as it's only 1 digit, most people won't complain. They more just go for the, most people will say if they want to, they just go for the Concept bow because it's just at least 1 higher, but if you don't have it, it's not much different. But what comes into gear more effectively with this one is that it's on the Concept Soul, it has a health or critical. You know what's the only way you can gain health is you critical hit your opponent, which unfortunately or against elephants or any big boss, that's actually hard to do. And even though when I was doing the Anubis event, I hardly got any health healing with the Corrupt Soul, partly because, as you guys know, my aiming is fucking shit. I'm not very good at aiming unless I'm not getting attacked. If I'm not getting attacked, I can aim peacefully and then shoot with headshots and stuff with good damage and critical hits more factory. But when I'm in battle, I just want to shoot fucking fast. I want to give them as damage as possible, but unfortunately I can't be accurate, so obviously it would be hard for me to get critical hits, so unfortunately I can't get health. Now, there's one advantage that this one does have compared to this one, is that it's got a bleeding hit, which technically would be a bit more useful if you do want to have if you're in a position where you are fighting for you're on a I'm trying to get the proper word. As you guys know, I'm not very good words. If you're on a drag out battle, if you're on a drag out battle, it's actually more a good idea to use this bow. If you're in a if you're in a battle where you're going into battle for a bit more longer than you expected, that means with the bleeding, it will bleed your opponent to death. You will bleed them to death, which is pretty effective. I don't know if bleeding continuously. I think bleeding is continuously. That means you can still kill. That means they die once the blood loss is gone. So it will decrease the amount of time you would face in a drag out battle. But overall, but that's only in a specific situation. While this bow, the concept bow, not just that, it's got, because it's health on hit, plus, as this also affects more well the melee section, which I'm mostly using, it gives me an additional adrenaline boost. It gives me an extra adrenaline boost, which comes in handy for me. The only thing they both have really in similarity is the quality is only just 1 point difference, so not too much difference. But also, that means they can say that's roughly the same. But also, the rate, again, 1 difference, only 1 level difference. So the fire rate, there's not much difference except for just one is just a bit more superior by 1%, or 1 point by 1 point, or like how you prefer to call it. But that's the only difference really. But overall, obviously I'm going to use this one mainly because it's health on kill and adrenaline ability, because it fits with my playstyle and it makes more sense to use it for my fighting style, mainly because, like I said, I'm more of a close range fighter than actually a long range fighter. Which, of course, being with a long range fighting ability, it does come more handy for assassination than close range, technically, because assassins, in this day and age, most people think assassins as being snipers. Cliche thing for assassins this day and age. So, in a way, it makes more sense why people who want to become assassins, even Assassin's Creed, would use long-range weapons. But for me, personally, I'm not very good at aiming anyway, so I would like, if I'm going to have a bow, I want one for mainly good enough to use in close-range combat. So, obviously, the concept bow, which is technically my B bow, which means my second bow, if you have to think about the overall thing, so it's not my first bow choice to use in battle. After all, even though technically how you think about it is which one is your first bow choice, but if you think about how they say A and B, it pretty much represented, and this is the first weapon you're more likely going to use, and the B one is more likely to be your second weapon you're going to use. So, and yes, this will be my second one to use, mainly because even though it's quick range, I feel like as I don't aim properly, and I would like it to continually hitting my opponents, I would end up losing a lot of my, losing a lot of my arrows quicker than I would have done, and as it shoots rapidly, I might not let go of the trigger in time, or I hold the trigger too soon, and I end up shooting my arrows a bit too early, and not aiming it properly enough to, not just give me time enough to attack, but also, I just waste a lot of ammo that could have used down to my opponents. So that's the reason why I made this more my second bow than my first bow. Now let's go into my other bow. My Jackal Gaze. Again, similar reason why I got my Crimson Soul, health on hit. It's got health on hit. But, what another thing this has in thing for that makes me able to get for this more another reason why it made it more easy to choose this one over my Corrupt Souls, because the one that my Jackal Gaze also got the bleeding hit. It has bleeding on hit ability, which also means it's more effective. It's more effective, and plus its bleeding on hit is a higher level than Corrupt Souls. So this one's a bit more neutral. Plus also, as the Jackal Gaze is a warrior bow, it shoots more than one arrow at a time. Not as fast, and very slow in fact. You have to be quite aimful with the warrior bow. But lucky for me, I use the warrior bow more than the other ones, because not just because of the health on hit, which is actually more effective with the warrior bow in my personal opinion, but as it's a bow that shoots multiple arrows, you can also hit multiple enemies. And plus, as it has the ability to shoot multiple enemies, that means obviously the arrows will spread out. Obviously, if you hold the, in this case, the PlayStation 4 or 2 for long enough, the arrows will join together and shoot at the same target. It will do. But if you're in a quick attack, if you're in a position where you're against multiple opponents and you need to shoot your enemies quite fast, but you can't use of course, your in my case, the light bow, you can't switch out into light bow, and you got the water bow. Obviously, the water bow is more effective because not just it does more damage than the damage, and it does more damage than the light bows as well, which is a good thing. It does more damage to the light bows. Like, look at my fucking damage. My damage is 1,138 S with quality of 95, which with its bleeding ability, again for a long out battle, it's quite effective. Plus, also, as it does a ton of damage, it does decrease even more time you would be in battle. Plus, again, even though I hadn't used it during this, I have been playing this for a bit already before I start this live stream. But yeah, I need to get back to 33. But this one also has 33 bows, 33 arrows as well. And in my personal opinion, for a close range fighter, a warrior bow would be the most useful for my fighting style, because not just the amount of damage it causes, but even though its speed is maybe not as fast as the light bow, my comps' bow, it does have a good enough speed to make you use it in time in battle, plus also its multiple range targets, and also the amount, again, most damage, and also bleeding hit. It will do more damage, more than obviously the Thompson bow. And I'm in a position where I can't even get close to my proper melee attacks. I wouldn't use this guy because it still does a ton of damage. Now there is another bow in the warrior bow section, that does similar, does a similar damage. Does similar. It's the Fourth Plague. The Fourth Plague pretty much does nearly the same things, except again it's lower quality, less damage, and it's got a critical hit damage ability more than bleeding hit. That's the really only difference between this. It's just its quality damage and its second ability being critical hit damage than bleed on a hit, which again is good. Critical hits means that you do more damage, but you need to hit the opponent. While with this one, after it hits, it will continuously give your opponent damage from bleeding lost, which in my personal opinion is a bit more effective. So that's the reason why and plus overall most YouTubers who play Assassin's Creed do recommend the Jackal's Gaze over the Fourth Plague, maybe because of the stats is a bit more better compared to the Fourth Plague. But yeah, so and also again it's a bit more better than the Chrism of Death, which I think you guys saw me again before. Because I don't think I got the Fourth Plague when you guys were seeing me last time, but I think I did get the Chrism Death when you guys on there. But again, pretty much its abilities and it has unfortunately two abilities which are weaker, different to the Jackal's Gauge and a bit less useful than pretty much than the Jackal's Gauge abilities, because again, its second ability is combo multiply, and especially being level 1 combo multiply isn't that good. And plus, health for critical, again you must get a critical hit, which if it was on this bow, which is right now, critical hit damage, it has the second ability critical hit damage. That means health for critical will be more effective on this bow than it would do on this bow, because this one has a higher chance of criticaling. But of course, again, this one is a bit more this one makes this bow seem a bit more better than it would have done if it did get the critical on hit, health on critical on this one, because again, health on hit means it's a bit more useful. Of course, you do less damage, but more useful to healing than overall. But of course, again, if it's also a good substitute if you don't have any of these two bows. But you have to be lucky to get the critical hits, but it's still quite easy to do in the game. Critical hits are actually still quite easy to do. It's just overall, you would like it to be for the hit more than the critical. So it'd be more good if you had these two bows. And again, the Jackal's Gauge, because it does a team bit more better, plus it has more of a damage effect with its bleeding on hit. So with that's why I chose Jackal's Gaze as part of my, because again, in my plus playing warrior bows do well, and it makes sense as a warrior bow. It means it's meant to be used in lots of battles, and especially a warrior. In other words, you're not a actual archer. You'd be a fight more mainly known for using swords and shields. Like, this is a good bow for you to use if you actually need to use a long range weapon, which again works out for me. So I got the Chalgrove Gates. Now let's get on to my swords. And for this one, this is my A sword. This is my A sword, my main sword, I would say, and it's one I got from the New This event. And it's my Conductor of Souls, because again, majority of my weapons, my equipment have health abilities. Because if you guys have not seen my playthroughs, you guys know I die quite a lot. I die quite a lot. But that's mainly at the beginning. When you guys noticed, I got a lot better. And plus I was hard mode all this time. I'm still on freaking hard mode. I'm still on fucking hard mode on this. But if you guys notice, I have, if you guys see my playthroughs, I've got a lot better. I hardly died in my playthrough. Of course, I still died and stuff, but I have not died as much as I did when I first started, which is good. And it's surprisingly how good I did, how much chance I didn't die, which is pretty good. But again, because I died quite a lot, I don't die at all in the game. Obviously, I wanted to have a lot of heal weapons, which of course, when I got the Conductor of Souls, the original, I decided to equip this sword because it has what I need. Plus, also, out of my melee weapons, all my swords, because like I said, I'm a swordsman. I prefer to use swords. And this will, and obviously the swords I want to use, and the sword I want to use was my Conductor of Souls. And lucky for me, my Conductor Soul is also my most powerful weapon that I actually have on me, technically. So my Conductor Souls, this is my most powerful weapon, and it has a quality of 44. Damage it does of 404 damage and 404 per second, which is, I think that's what S represents. Yeah, I think S represents per second. I might be wrong, or it might just mean S class. I don't know, but pretty much this is the sword I would like new. Plus, again, it does the most damage out of my swords and most of my weapons, which is good. And the quality again is, well, maybe not damage, the quality is its best as well. Now, here's his abilities. His abilities are, first one, its critical hit rate is a level 3, which is only just one below level 4, which is still freaking good. Like, that means you have a 3 times chance of getting a critical hit, which is good. Especially for me, who would like to get my opponents down as quickly as possible, because I don't want to get put into a drag-out battle as much as possible. That's the reason why I got the bonus for mainly for the drag-out battles. But again, if I am putting a drag-out battle, at least it does give me more chance to deal more damage. Plus, as it's crit, extra damage, which is good. Its second ability is Combo Multiply, and I believe as it's Combo Multiply, it means it's got more combos to it, which is or increase my combo as I can do in attacks. Which I take it, I think that I might be wrong, because I'm not knowledgeable. I'm not fully knowledgeable when it comes to RPGs, by the way, guys. I like playing them, but I'm not knowledgeable. I just use the weapons I notice with ability, mainly its abilities, and also the looks of the weapon, and also its damage, mainly its damage per second is mainly what I mostly focus at when it comes to my weapons and equipment. So obviously, I want to get as much of that as possible. And finally, and so I think that's what I think the combo multiplier means the amount of combos you can pull off is level 3, so that is pretty good. So I like that. And finally, its third ability, health on kill. Now, if it was health on hit, I think I would have preferred this even way better. But I don't think, I really check. Is there health on hit sword on here? Like, I think I will still, of course, use this sword as my main sword, obviously, because, again, it's good. But if I have a sword that has health on hit, which would be good. Let me see. A sword, a health. Oh, I do have a... Yeah, here we go. My Coaster of Rosaya. This one is a health on hit, which most people feel that this might be better, but, and this is a big but, the reason why I don't use this one, and I just got it, again, reason why I didn't, because, again, it's maxed out like my other sword, so that could have maybe been better if it did, but I think overall its first and second abilities, they're very low leveled, and plus also the quality and damage per second is way below the Conductor of Souls. So, even though the third skill maybe not be as great as the third skill for the Coast of Rashastak, I think it would have, pretty much its first and second abilities, and its quality and damage per second out succeeds the Coast of Rasaka. Man, I'm not very good with these names. Sorry, names are terrible with me. So that's the reason why I chose that. Now, before, and again, I got this one after, and again, I think I got this one today. Actually, but the reason why, but this is not. But there is a sword that you guys know I definitely used all in my playthrough. And that would be my Golden Wolf. But unfortunately, I have not leveled it up. I need to level it up, I think. I don't know. But yeah, my Golden Wolf. This is my sword. I pretty much used all through the playthrough. And you can say it's the less powerful one compared to Conductor of Souls. It pretty much has all the abilities compared to Conductor of Souls, except this one's got critical hit damage than just critical hit rates. Plus, it doesn't also have the other ability, Combo Multiply, which is the only difference really between this sword. And also the damage per second is going to be lower when I do max this out, which is more likely going to be soon. I don't know. But for people who don't have the Conductor of Souls, the Golden Wolf I would recommend being your second weapon, because again, it's a bit more useful compared to the critical hit. Again, for this one, because I feel like this could end up surpass this one. Because if you guys notice, the quality to the Golden Wolf and this, it's not that much difference, I think. If I do level this to level 40, I think this is going to surpass this and might end up surpassing this sword. I might be wrong, and plus damage per second might be better than this one as well. I might be wrong. But again, new ability, plus it does more damage than this sword would have done. It means I would recommend this sword being the second sword you would be using as a replacement if you don't have the Conductor of Souls. But overall, once I got the Conductor of Souls, I instantly went for the Conductor of Souls and equipped that as my main go-on weapon. Now, the next sword I equipped it, because again, swords, I never used any other. Now, originally when I first started, I wanted to use dual blades. I want to use, pretty much I want to be a dual wielder mainly, but obviously in this game, I'm not being great at it. Just a minute, guys, I think someone's calling me. Someone cool? Huh? Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, sorry guys, it's actually quite late right now. I'm just trying to be quiet. So, I need to be careful not to shout too loud. But yeah, it's 12:53. Yeah, it's quite late. It's quite late. 12:53 in the night, by the way, guys. 2:53 in the night. So, but anyway, let me continue talking. And I might show you what my Bayek can do in a bit. But you can see here, its second sword, pretty much equipped to. It's the Halfester's sword, which again is my second best sword. It's actually overall sword is my second best sword I would use. When it comes to power for quality and also damage per second, which again is not too much difference compared to this sword. Right here, the Vex Pearl, but if you notice, the fire. For every single freaking YouTuber who've done this, said if you want to deal damage, if you really want to deal damage to your opponents with effects, the best one would be fire, and obviously makes sense because first up, this got instant charging, which again is useful, but it means you have to wait until you can only use it once, unfortunately, and then you have to keep attack again to charge again. But with this one, unfortunately, as you can tell, this one you would like to go for more damage, and especially that this one has, this one you gain adrenaline. This one gets adrenaline on hurt. And once when you hurt your opponent, this gets adrenaline. That means including with fire, which is technically part of the on hurt. You get extra adrenaline. You get extra gauge to your adrenaline, which is pretty good. And it's got a high critical rate as well, which is pretty good. And again, mainly I got this sword for damage purposes. This is for my damage sword, and the first sword I will start out with when I first fight most of the time. Unless I get a powerful opponent, and I realize if I'm going to go out there, I'm going to go out there with my freaking heal sword, which is my main to-go weapon in most of my big boss battles. But if when I get my middle opponents or something like that, I'll obviously, and as much damage I want to do as possible to my close range opponents, I will go for this one because its ability to deal fire to my opponent and extra damage. And again, second best sword I got, makes more sense why I equip it, and I can easily do things. Now, like I said, back to the dual wielding section. The reason why I decided no longer to do dual wielding, even though at the starting point I wanted to use dual wielding swords, is because of how hard it is to guard, and especially because I die a lot, I want the best guard I can get. In other words, you can't really properly guard at all with dual swords unless and especially at long range opponents. Long range opponents, you have hardly any chance. Lucky for you, you can still somewhat guide when you're against close range opponents, but long range opponents is like dual swords are terrible against them. So that's the reason why I don't don't use dual swords. Unfortunately, even though I wanted to use that, unfortunately I can't now. Of course, this will, if I did use dual swords, I think this would have, as of now, got it the fatal doubt. If I didn't have the Conductor of Souls and I wanted to use dual swords, this would have been the swords I would use. Again, health on kill, and got adrenaline restoration, again increased regeneration, and adrenaline on kill. That means I gain a lot of adrenaline, so pretty good in that. But unfortunately, like I said, because I just want to focus on my defense. Without my defense, I wouldn't able to get my life properly up. So yeah, I would not get less. I would get more damage if I didn't have good defense. So unfortunately, I had to focus more on defense than actually just over attack. So it makes more sense because I prefer my character being very balanced out. I want my character to be balanced not just in damage but also in defense as well. So yeah. Now the next weapons obviously I got equipped on here is my shield, and my shield is my Companion shield. I think that's how you say it. This is my Companion shield, which I got from after the playthrough. I faced one of the bosses. I got this yesterday as well. Like a lot of my weapons I got like yesterday or today, or like quite a while ago as well. But mainly yesterday. I got this one, and this is the reason why I got it. And really, the second abilities didn't matter to me. I don't care about the second abilities. Like, majority of my weapons, I don't really care much about the second ability. My first and second abilities, I prefer their main abilities. But especially for my attack weapons, I do want to see the first and second abilities. But with the shield, I just wanted to see their third abilities mainly. Now, originally, as you guys noticed, I have been using the poison sword, poison shield, which is, there we go, the snakes on the shield. The snakes on the shield was the main shield I was using pretty much nearly all for my playthroughs, and I think I de-equipped it once I got, I think it was health on parry. Yeah. Once I got this one, the health on parry one, I think, or is it that one? Yeah. No, it's health on parry. Once I finally got that one, I was noticing this one because of the ability to put your opponents to sleep. Well, give me health, which is good for me because I want to have health. Which back then I wouldn't be using this sword as the health thing. But as I started again the bows and stuff, I realized my bows are really and my sword gave me so much health anyway. I thought I start to think, okay, I can maybe to cut down on the healing abilities now because my character's now powerful enough that I have a lot of health, and I don't have to focus too much on health anymore. But I still, of course, need health. That's the reason why I got my Conductor's Souls and my 2 bows. But I do want to still deal damage to my opponents as much as possible as well. Which this does come to gear. And the commander one is set its third ability, Bleeding on Block, which is more better than parry. Like, I can't do parries. That's part of the reason why it was an easy decision for me to take this guy. I feel like this is Poison on Block, which means that the block power is what I like to use. But I changed it because I was mostly focused on healing. I focused on wanting to get health. That's the reason why, even though it didn't have the block on health, it did have health on parry, which again, even though I'm not very good at parrying in this game, it does have health ability, so I kept it so I can gain health from it. So, but obviously I'm not very good at parrying puzzles, so as I was not focused on healing anymore, I feel like, okay, let's go for the go for any other ability I feel like could be useful, or how good defense ability is, and here we go. My Conductor, which again, it's a first ability, its third ability I think does way better than the other abilities, because I don't think is there a fire shield? If the fire shield comes around, it's better than this one, like in defensive purposes, because this is also my best shield, which I'm glad it's my best shield. But if it does, I might equip the fire one maybe, because again it does damage, which it might be good as well. But as you guys can tell, bleeding on block, blocks, bleeds, again, draw battles, dies more easily because of bleed. And again, I'm not really much interested in losing the. Its range resistance is freaking good. Like, it can block range attacks very easily, which I'm glad. And damage progression is application rate is level 4 as well, which again is still pretty good. And overall, its defense purposes is freaking good. Its defense capabilities and plus its extra possibility of doing damage. Now, I was skeptical when I was thinking, I didn't know what it means by bleeding on block. Like, bleeding on block, can count when you bows and arrows? Because I understand it can do it while you're in close range, and obviously when it blocks, I think the shock from the block will cause the characters to. The opponents to actually cut themselves or something, and they stop bleeding or something. I can see that maybe happening, but I was skeptic if it can do it with. I believe that it wouldn't work with when you block arrows. And yes, I was correct. It didn't work when you block arrows. So when it means bleeding on block with shields, it means your opponent must hit you at close range. If they don't hit you at close range with melee weapons, it of course won't activate its third ability. So, which unfortunately is the case in that situation, but it's still pretty good. And shield I need it for defensive purposes, and again it's my best shield. Plus it's a bleeding on block, which deals damage on melee attacks, which is pretty good as well. So that's why I got the commander as my shield. Now let's go for and obviously this one I can just change any other time, but mainly I mainly use fire bombs because damage. And I have now finally got the ability to tame, so studies for darts do now come more useful for me, even though for assassinations, so even darts might think, but again, I'm damaged, and plus actually, I get input to combat quite easily, like, even though I do sneak kills and stuff, a lot, I do want to have a good possibility of damaging my opponent, and I'm pretty good at sneaking against my opponents anyway without them noticing me anyway, so slip darts don't really need to matter that much. But again, there's not much difference really, but yeah. So yeah, I got the sleep darts and the bombs there, obviously. Now let's go for my outfit. Obviously I decided to go for the E2 armor. The E2 armor mainly because I just wanted to be that dude who is wearing futuristic armor. Well, technically past armor, because this is the first people's, the E2 armor. When the first people civilization had it, so obviously this is a very old armor, but the overall actual armor is more futuristic than it should have been in that time. Which means I just want to be that. I just want to be a character who looks like he's from a freaking another planet than actually from this planet. So I want, and plus the Easter armor looked fucking cool, and plus it's red, my fucking favorite color. So obviously I would choose this one over my other suits, which I still got. Like all my other suits, and obviously this is the suit my Desert Cobra. This was the one I was mainly using for all my playthroughs, and I think it's only near the end when you guys saw after me. After I done the event to get this armor, I finally went to this one because I figured this was cooler. But I will still like this is a Cobra, and if I have to shoot, this one of course would be my main one if I didn't get the Easter armor. And yeah, I do like how the Desert Cobra worked, but I decided to go for the Easter because I just want to be that standout just sort of character in the Egyptian world. So went for the Easter armor. So yeah. And finally, the stallion, which I got today, I bought today with my own money and stuff. And this one, of course, is the ability steed. Now, that means obviously I got I got that pack, the Night Roads pack, and even though it's not deserving of £12, technically, roughly £12, it's not good enough for £12. I just wanted to get it because I just liked how the horse freaking looked. I freaking loved the horse. And I was checking also, I was hoping the weapons to be quite good as well, but when I checked the weapons, like, the weapons, nah, they're still good in some degree, but my personal playstyle, they're not good for me. And the outfit, again, like what I've heard from other people, it's just trying to find an outfit. The outfit is down here. Here's a Shadow Warrior. Yes, the outfit does look not that great compared to what you saw on the advertisement. It's not as great as it is on the advertisement. So yeah, unfortunately I couldn't. But the overall horse itself, I loved how the horse looked, and I got to see in game. Fucking hell, I love how the horse looks in game, and it makes me excited to play this. To use this horse now. And of course I will still love Fangs. I still love Fangs. It's the OG sword I got, horse I got, and I also before I actually got again the Roman one today as well, which I know why I got the Roman one today as well, which I'm glad I did because it came useful as well. But I got the Roman one as well. Which, again, just before, and I got them both today, but just before I bought this one, I was using this one after Fangs. But obviously Fangs is going to be my OG, my main one I like to use. And if I did want to change out, I will go for Fangs. But I have been, because I've been using Fangs pretty much all my playthroughs. He's definitely a good horse, so I'll admit that. But because I loved how the Abyssal Steed looks, I just went for the Abyssal Steed, and he looks fucking badass in the game. Gotta mention that, he looks fucking badass in the game. And yeah, and overall, and of course, maxed out gear here. We got my maxed out hidden blade, my maxed out quiver, got my maxed out stabilizer glove, and I got my maxed out bracer, my maxed out breastplate, and my maxed out tool pouch, which again they're all legendary now, so that's good. And for the abilities I got so far, because I still have not got all my abilities, so it's not like full max out, but as you can tell, I'm nearly there, and of course, I got, like, again for the Seer, I got 3 abilities to get, I need to get so far, and for my Warrior, I got 2 more abilities to get, again, level 3, and for my Hunter one, I actually only got 1. Maybe because positions I was in, majority of my, because I wanted to chain assassination. I literally wanted to chain assassination. That was one of the things I definitely needed. And also my elite range, which I got today as well. Elite Ranger. This one where you can pretty much shoot midair, which when I used it today, that was fucking handy because if you guys noticed, I was twitching every time I pressed the shot bow. I wanted to shoot in midair. And this came in handy when I finally got it, which is fucking handy. But yeah, pretty much these all the abilities I got. I need to opened already, and the ones I have not opened yet. Means I only got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I got 6 ones. I got 6 more to open now, which won't take me too long anyway. From powerful, awesome getting ability points anyway. And yeah, and by the way, guys, I've been spending a lot on. I spent a lot of my money on this thing to get me a lot of ability points, which is pretty good, and also killing enemies and stuff to get XP. And yeah, and overall, that's my max out Bayek. Now let me show you guys how this Bayek works in action. So, first up, I'm gonna go kill this guy. Oof, there, die. So yeah, got the ability, of course, the ability to loot assassinate, which is pretty good. So yeah, and yeah, just kill this guy. Oof, like that. So yeah, death improvement. So let me try to call my horse to show you guys what my horse looks like in game. Here you go. Look, guys. Look at my horse. And look. Here's my... Doesn't this look fucking good? With Bayek. Look at Bayek. With this. The fire sword, the shield, and the stallion. Holy fuck. It looks so good. It makes a lot of sense why this works out so well, this guy. I freaking love how it looks. And yeah, now let's get into some battles, shall we? If I can. Try to find a base I have not conquered yet, which... Is that one? No, conquered that one. Let's see. Possibly I conquered all of them. Far in the game. Oh, nope. Got one here. Got one here I need to do. Let's see. Viewpoint is close by. This is the closest one I can get to, okay? Let's get in there. Actually, there's a man here. Obviously. Going down there. Okay. Wait. Oh. Okay. Oh shit. So this is wasted smoke bomb. So yeah, I also got smoke bomb ability as well, so let's get to there. All mirages. Okay, we're getting close, sweet.
Hey, wait! Time is up!
Shit. That was easy. Now then. Half on kill. Got it. Those guys are so weak. Good try. Huh. I think, yeah, I conquered this one very easily. Man, this one was super easy. I wish I found a bit more better, harder one. Oh, really? Huh. Got our own one, thank you. Okay. Well, that was easy. Okay, so let's try to find a bit more harder one then, shall we? If I didn't complete that one already. If I did, then no. Never mind, there's nothing else I could do. Oh, and that's on the ship. I think I've done all the ones that involve land. Wait. Oh, there you go. I only killed a commander, okay. So maybe I'll go for this one. I thought to mark that. I didn't need to mark it. I'll do that when I get back. Okay, I can't call my horse.
Clear the way, hurry! We must not fail! Cover my back!
Ooh. This is when we switch into the sword. Then when we switch to the conductor, because we're in a position where oh sweet, I got a burner. Sweet.
Where is the what is he doing? Fastening his priest with offerings.
Let's try and see. Can you go this way? Tell by that, not. Shy boy. Well, you can stay there for now. Okay, and...
Wait a sec. Hey now. Rip you to shit. Is this meant to be amusing?
As you guys notice. And, yep, he's dead. Woohoo! Like that, Pearl? You like me doing that to you? No, by the way. Me too. So, we can check this.
Time to die, Philae.
Oh shit.
Hey, what?
Nice how you deal with the big boys. Actually, I haven't tried using my light bow on like that with the
What? We kill you.
okay. Yeah, I prefer the war bow to be like that.
Hey! Rip you to shreds. I will find you! Ha! Mine now!
Die. Oh, it's one of the arrows for okay.
Squads to stay behind me, Gideon. Look.
That's pretty cool. Really seriously need to take that bit out where he just jumps away from it. Come on. We try. Woohoo! And he's dead. He killed himself! I never do anything there! And dies by bleed. Or maybe not. That's... Oh! But yeah, got conquered very easily. And yeah, that's pretty much my Bayek. That is my Bayek of this game. So let's do it while we're probably standing. Here you go. Hey guys, that's my Bayek. And anyway, I hope you guys liked my Bayek, and also hope you guys liked this video. Become a channel fans today. If you guys want to FML, just down below, manage that as well. There as well is there. Also, if you want to help me out, be with Patreon and stuff to make this channel a bit more better for you guys to be entertained as much as possible, go down the description below. My Patreon's down there as well. And yeah. Hey guys, hope you guys like it. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys!